Okay, what I'm going to do now is explain about where you hold the nunchucks. You hold them right here towards the top. You have more control but less reach. Hold them down here at the bottom. You have less control but more reach. Right here is your middle ground. Okay, more reach, less control. Less reach, more control. More control, less control. More control, less control. Less reach, more reach. Your middle ground. Now, one of the things that's important is to find where they feel comfortable with you. Now, another thing with nunchucks, you'll see that pretty much all my nunchucks are cord, and in fact all my nunchucks are homemade. Why go out and spend money on nunchucks when I know how to make them myself? I had a student by the name of Sean Fontana. He used to walk around with nunchucks in his inner pocket, and I kept advising him not to do that. Well, one day cops confiscated his nunchucks while he was walking down the street. They stopped him to harass him. They searched him, and they found that he had a pair of nunchucks on. They threatened to arrest him, but then decided just to take his nunchucks. Now, the good thing about that is because they were homemade nunchucks and I taught him how to make them, it was no big deal to him that they confiscated his nunchucks, because he came right back home and just made another pair. Whoop-de-fricking ding-dong. The thing with weapons with the Koga Ninjutsu is they had to know how to make their weapons, and if they didn't know how to make a certain weapon, there was always people in their village that knew how to make those weapons, like blacksmiths, so on and so forth. Now, another thing they want to look at with your nunchucks, why I like using a cord, is because this is the length of the cord you want. You want it long enough so that one stick just barely dangles on the side of the thumb, the other stick dangles down at the side of the pinky. Okay? You don't want it any longer than that, you don't want it any shorter than that. Okay? So when you buy a pair of nunchucks, you want to check to see the chain length or the cord length to see if it's appropriate for your hand. If it's not, put them back, because you're not going to be able to demonstrate the methods that you need to be able to do if the cord is too long or too short. Now, the reason why I like homemade nunchucks over store-bought ones is not just because I can mass produce them whenever I need to, but it's also so that if the cord breaks, I know how to replace the cord, and if the cord is too long, I can adjust it. So there's plenty of advantages to having the knowledge on how to make your own nunchucks. Somewheres here on YouTube, I have a video that shows you how to make homemade nunchucks.